Hey guys, it's Jellopug, and today I wanted to rant a little about light novel adaptations. I guess this is me questioning things that could easily be solved through research, but I'm lazy, and it's a good thing to discuss, so don't get mad at me, bro. So I wanted to talk about two things. Why do anime studios turn pretty good light novels into crappy anime adaptations, and choose certain mediocre light novels to be adapted? I just know that the word mediocre is going to trigger a lot of people. So I watched a lot of anime, and watching all these animes, I would have thought by now that I'd understand the anime industry even a little, but I don't. Okay, before I start, let me explain what light novels are to the noobs. Light novels are basically Japanese novels that are aimed at teens or young adults, and are pretty much book versions of manga. So if you want to look smart, then just read light novels. Unless people know that you're reading light novels, which isn't actually too hard to miss considering almost every light novel has a hard to miss book covers. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get started with the bad anime adaptations. Now I kind of get, but at the same time I don't get why almost every anime studio wants to rush light novel adaptations, and almost all have trouble with pacing. I get that viewers nowadays have the attention span of fish, so they have to cram 3 to 4 volumes into a 12 episode package to keep our attention. Heck, they even put 6 volumes into a season. 6! Do you know how much that is? Now, that's like putting all the Harry Potter books into 2-3 movies. Since each volume usually takes 3 to 6 hours of reading depending on your speed, which is a lot considering, the average runtime of a 12 episode anime is around 4-ish hours. So I love this anime called Snafu, but knowing that, as a light novel adaptation, it's missed so much and it's actually very rushed. And I can kind of tell that it's been rushed. By the way, the anime isn't actually called Snafu, it's I won't say it, I'll just put it here. I like to call it light novel syndrome. It's like my number way of knowing that it's a light novel adaptation. They tend to have more than 5 words in a title. So you're probably wondering, what do you mean by me not understanding the anime industry? Well, from what I can tell, Snafu is a very, very popular light novel, and its first season that was adapted was also very popular, thus the second season, with a much higher budget. Now from a business standpoint, I do get that less episodes, less risk, financial wise, and easy to pull off. But knowing that Snafu is like almost 90% guaranteed to sell well, I still don't get why they had to rush the second season. I'd even say that the second season is even more rushed than the first. I bet someone is just gonna say, hey, but it's used to advertise the light novel. Well, then I say screw them, because you shouldn't underestimate the anime medium. Do you really want otaku to breathe down your backs and get their pitchforks and body pillows at your doorstep? By the way, I still love this anime. I just wish it was slower, so I could enjoy it more. 3-4 seasons would have been more than enough for me. There are other culprits like Black Bullet, which I stopped watching by episode 6, because episode 6, maybe 6 or 8, I don't really remember, but that episode felt like the finale of a 24 episode anime. Alright, now I'm not saying go over the top like putting one volume into 12 to 13 episodes, because Raka no Yusha did that, and that really didn't do too well in Japan, but that's probably due to poor marketing and not enough cute girls. Just pace it better. 2 volumes in a season is pretty optimal, I think, but it is pretty hard, since a lot of light novels tend to make the 3rd volume where you get like a really cliffhanger bait or a very good climax. I suppose it also, depends on how the anime studio handles it. And speaking of cute girls, I want to move on to the next point. Light novels. Now I think light novels aren't actually that good of a medium to be adapted into an anime. Because imagine like a light novel directly, exactly being translated into an anime. 70% of that anime will be either monologues or someone describing what's going on in front of them. And then we occasionally get confused as to why this character is doing something, because we don't know how they're thinking. Or when the main character seems like a cardboard cutout, even though in the novel they may be as interesting as Picasso's painting. I'm pretty sure even Kirito from Sword Art Online is at least a little bit more interesting in the novel. Well, at least I hope so. But now I don't want to talk about how anime studios ruin light novels. I want to talk about light novels themselves and why anime studios choose those specific light novels. Alright, this is my opinion heavy, so if you don't like that, then feel free to leave, because you may get butthurt. I'll be honest, I think hardcore otaku in Japan have pretty bad taste. Since from my perspective, it's not like a good story that sells a novel, it's freaking cute girls from those illustrations that you see. I'll use the Monogatari series as an example. Very good storytelling, dialogue, all this psychological stuff, too deep for me. But do you think the series would have been just as big of a success if the character designs were god awful? If Senju Hara looked like Mokyu? Cute girls is what keeps the anime industry afloat. Well, I think so. Give a cute girl a sword, cha-ching. Give a cute girl magic powers, cha-ching. Give a cute girl a freaking toothpick, I don't know. Give a cute girl a freaking straw, I don't know. Even if it takes place in a very interesting setting, you'll still have those cliche-ass stereotypical characters. But sometimes even cute girls doesn't work. I don't get it. While KyoAni is making something like, what is it called, Musaiga no Phantom, they're leaving Haruhi and Full Metal Panic on a standstill. While we see all these generic ecchi harem anime shot out from the ass of these anime studios, we still have yet to see Mushoku Tensei adapted. I so didn't make this video because I was salty that Mushoku Tensei still hasn't been adapted. Now I'll be honest, I don't actually hate these shows. I personally like ecchi harem anime because I also have bad taste. I don't even blame the anime industry that much because 80% of light novels are ecchi harem. Or at least high school. These statistics are just coming out my ass. I'm just saying it how it feels. But regardless, all I want to say is, get a grip, anime studios. There's a reason why your industry is going downhill. You know, as well as your overpriced Blu-ray DVDs and your traditional as hell distribution methods. Go digital ASAP. I seriously wonder why Japan hasn't adopted something like Crunchyroll. They'd earn more money, more profit, and in turn we may get longer anime. You know, they may actually put more effort. That's just a pipe dream. But once it goes international, hardcore otaku and waifu hunting weeboos will rise the anime industry into Hollywood status. I'm just kidding. Anyway, that was my pointless rant. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you wanna, and see ya. Seriously though, make it like a 50 episode Mushoku Tensei anime please.